Hey everyone, this is Royal with Paternity University, and today we're going to talk about how distractions can cost you dearly. It surely cost me dearly. So, as an entrepreneur, speaking from the entrepreneurial perspective, a distraction can cost you so much in opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is, in my definition, what you would have made or what you would have done had this not happened, or if you can do these things, how much revenue it can bring in, or how many relationships can it bring in. So if you do this, then it can bring in that, or if you don't do this, this is what could have happened, right? So a few months ago, I was pretty distracted. I was distracted for about 45 days. My fellas can know exactly what I'm talking about, but I was distracted, and in that distraction, my business was not my top priority. Pleasing someone else was, or making sure that I was good to go, with all my creature comforts. That's exactly what happened. I was distracted for about 45 days to about 2 months. In that distraction, I would say the opportunity cost was about $20,000 to $25,000. During that time of me being distracted, I had the lowest sales month of my business in about 13 months of ownership at that time. Lowest sales month, below my expenses. So I had to crawl my way out of that. And I have done that now that it's January 2025. I definitely have done that. But as an entrepreneur, I learned through the School of Hard Knocks that you can't take your eye off the ball not one time. Not one time. You can't. When you do as an entrepreneur and you're in charge of everything, us entrepreneurs, I'm not at the level yet where I have a staff or a board of people that can handle everything while I am on a sabbatical for 3 months. It's not like that. I have to be, even though I may not work inside the business every single day, there are things that I have to do, and I have to be mentally and emotionally present. And so when you're distracted, that pulls you away from that. If you're distracted in med school, imagine what can happen to your grades. If you're distracted in law school, what can happen to your grades? If you're distracted in your marriage, what can happen to your marriage? I learned that from personal experience. So I understand now why high performing people take retreats. They go away for a little bit to remove the distractions and to get to the core of themselves. For example, I decided a few weeks ago that I would take a spiritual retreat. I went a little bit north of where I'm at now into New Mexico, booked what is called a hermitage, where it was just like a little cabin. It was comfortable, it was nice, it was quaint, but it didn't have a TV, it didn't have a radio, none of that stuff. I didn't take my phone in there. I didn't consume anything that would alter my mind. I wasn't talking on the phone. I wasn't texting anybody, no Instagram, no fake, no nothing, no anything. Just myself, silence, God, and books. And I only lasted for 18 hours in that place because, that's something that's different. When those things are removed from you, it can challenge you. But in that silence, all those distractions were removed, and I was able to determine what thoughts constantly ran through my subconscious that were blockers for me, and even added more distraction. I was able to isolate those thoughts. So now I understand why high-performing people remove themselves from the world a little bit, from society. I understand even deeper now why people meditate, why people silence themselves, because distractions will do you in, external and internal. And so as an entrepreneur, you can't, I wouldn't say you can never get distracted. We're humans. We're going to get distracted. There's so many distractions out there. Today is inauguration day. That's something that can get you distracted if you let it, right? But you have to understand, or you have to learn to understand what are those things that distract you, and learn to isolate them. Some things are fun for the time being, but as an entrepreneur, you have to stay focused on the task at hand, or else you will lose everything that you worked for. If I had stayed distracted for another 45 to 60 days, I would have went out of business. Hands down. So you can't be distracted. You have to stay focused on the task at hand. That was a difficult lesson that I learned for myself, but I'm glad that I learned it in the time I needed to learn it. Everything happens for a reason. So distractions will do you in, y'all. Stay focused. Stay focused on whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, stay focused on it. And I swear the rewards that come from not being distracted and focusing on what you have to do, oh, they're so great. And I'm experiencing the initial rewards of staying focused and seeing what happens when you stay focused. So, hey, I'm just a human. We all are humans. We learn. I'm just documenting what I learned recently. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you think somebody can use this, if you think somebody can learn from this, share it with them. Share it with them from this entrepreneurial perspective. Thank y'all so much. And until next time, peace.